it's Joe Leigh here for SecondsOut. Nisse Sauerland here in Newcastle. We have obviously a big fight 2 days from now. Josh Kelly headlining the bill. But first of all, how's things?
Everything's good. Everything's good. I just realised you're a Spurs fan. But you're not from London, are you? You've got a bit of an accent there. I don't know. I was trying to work that one out. No, everything's good. We're up in Newcastle. Sorry, my brain was going 100 miles an hour there. Up in Newcastle. Love this place. Always have great fun up here. Great crowd, great talent. And expect a really good performance from Josh against a tough opponent.
Yeah. Born in London, obviously moved up north to Birmingham. We're further up north this weekend, and as you say, Josh Kelly in a big fight this weekend. It was all about getting the cobwebs off in his last fight. Obviously, at the O2, the fight got pulled on the night, which is so frustrating to see. But for him, this is obviously a step towards what we all believe is a fight with Troy Williamson.
Yeah, look, I think that's a massive fight. It's a fight that we're definitely up for. British title's massive, but I don't think you can take your eyes off Bastida on Saturday. It's a tough fight. It's a tough fight, not whatever way you look at it. I think that you could just see the cobwebs falling off Josh in the last fight, and him getting his confidence back and getting his mojo back. And now I think we're going to see a masterclass display on Saturday night. That's what I'm hoping for.
We saw Hosea Stewart. That kind of kicked off at the press conference. 2 heavyweights, undefeated as well. It should be an exciting fight. Both of them said there's a knockout coming.
No, I think with Hosea, it was a fight that he needs fights to get up for. And his one. I think he looks in great shape. Or the best shape I've seen him in. I think Franklin's bang up for it. They didn't even like sort of second guess it. They were in, So when a fighter says that, that's always a bit of a worry. But same as Hosea, he didn't ask any questions. He's got a new trainer, and I think he's settled well. So I look forward to it.
Obviously, some of the guys haven't fought under Wasserman before on one of your shows. They're from Newcastle, these guys. Can we expect to see these guys in the future with obviously good performances if they put on a good show?
Yeah, 100%. I've heard there's a couple of real talents on the card. I think Benn Marksby is meant to be one to watch. And yeah, look, the gate is always open. The gate is always open. I'm always looking for special talents. I'm always looking for guys that can or girls that can put bums on seats and can put on performances. And I'll be watching every fight, so I'll be there ringside watching.
Gates opening, Gates said. I don't know if you meant to say that. It was a good little pun, and I'm sure that's the thought process for those guys. This could change their career this weekend. Live,
of course. Look, it's a massive shop window. It's how you build reputations. People don't understand that boxing is the toughest sport in the world, not just because of what you do in the ring, but it's also what happens outside the ring. You need to put yourself in the shop window. First 10 fights, you're not going to earn a great living out of it, but you have the potential to make lifelong money out of boxing and also build a legacy.
Harlem Eubank as well. Kind of mentioned at the press it's been frustrating with him winning a British title. He's obviously been calling for that for a while, but he's in a fight this weekend, still against a decent opponent, ranked higher than him as well.
Yeah, look, the guy he's fighting's, he's knocked out Lara, who knocked out Josh Warrington. What can you read into that? I don't know. Look, again, without sounding like the old cliche, but it is boxing. Anything can happen and get sparked out cold. Look, it's a good fight for Harlem. It's I don't think he gains anything from fighting journeyman anymore. I think he's beyond that, and I think that he's going to have a busy end to the year as well. And I think he's in a great weight division as well. There's lots of great fights to make domestically, internationally, but all eyes on Saturday.
Over to his cousin Chris, of course. it's rumoured heavily that he's going to be fighting Conor Benn. There's even rumours suggesting that that's going to be announced today. What's the latest?
Look, no, we're not that far forward, but of course it's a massive fight. Of course, there's been discussions. There are a few other options as well for Chris, but there have been positive discussions. Look, Rome wasn't built in a day. It's a massive fight at any time for both fighters. Partly because they're both great fighters in their own right, but also, what builds it is that nostalgic throwback sort of feeling it gives you when you think of Eubank Benn back in the day. You're probably a bit young, but I'm sure you've watched it on repeat. It's brilliant. So it's got all the ingredients. It's a great matchup as well with their styles. Is perfect, perfect. But like I said, Rome wasn't built in a day. Positive discussions, but we've also got other options that we're pursuing at the same time, and so are they.
As you mentioned other options, what would be the main factors in this fight not happening? As obviously there's been positive discussions. What are the negative discussions?
Well, I'll let your imagination run wild with that one, and leave it to your most educated boxing professional knowledge, and give it a good guess. It's always down to money, isn't it?
I thought you were going to say weight issues.
Look, a pound here or there. I think people need to take. I've said this so many times on interviews. I feel like I'm sort of on repeat, but you need to look at the 80s when there was 8 weight classes. Now we've got 18, right? So Hagler Hearns wasn't, that was I can't remember even what weight it was, but look at the weight, the size of the weight category back then. I think it was a middleweight, but Hearns was a welter coming up to middle, wasn't he? I think anyway.
He won a lot in different divisions, but
yeah. So I don't even, I know that Hearns started as a welter and came up. So I don't think it's look, and also look at Josh Kelly. He's got a welter gone up to light middleweight or super welterweight, whatever you want to say. But I'm just trying to think. There's people read way too much into a pound here or there. I'm not saying that someone needs to fight a monster in comparison, but I don't think that would be the issue that breaks anything down. But look, like I said, it's all up in the air. Positive discussions, but also positive discussions with a few other options.
And just one more thing on that, obviously, it could either be on DAZN or Sky Sports. Obviously, you'll be wanting that on Sky Sports because then Chris will be the home fighter, per se. Is that kind of also holding things up where the fight will be broadcasted?
Not really at the moment. We haven't given that, which is more just discussions of, what arena, etc., where we do it.
O2?
Not sure yet.
Okay, and just kind of one more thing, if not Conor, for Chris. What are those other options? With Golovkin tied up, that was one that he wanted.
Look, there's quite a few other options out there at the moment. Obviously you got Liam's been fighting in September, but that would be a fight that we could do early, end of this year, early next year. You've got the Kazakh WBO Alamuti. I can never say his name. There's a few decent options out there. So keeping, like I said, we're keeping our options open. Positive discussions. Let's see what happens.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate your time. Obviously, 2 days to go. Just a final word on the show in Newcastle Saturday night.
I'm excited. I think people maybe because they don't know Bastida, they're writing him off. People need to watch the fight. It's gonna be a good fight. I look forward to watch Pat McCormack. Silver medalist. You got an Olympian. You got Harlem Eubank. What more do you want? Tune into Channel 5.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, mate.
Nice one.